Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. Parliament's budget session is off to a rocky start. For the last couple of days, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha saw multiple adjournments with opposition demanding a discussion on Adani under Rule 267, whereas the government refused to cede. But on Tuesday, both the opposition and the government got on one page with regards to allowing the parliament to function. The proceedings led to a storm over Adani. On one hand, the politics is heating up over allegations leveled on Adani in Hindenburg report. On the other, the industrialist troubles are far from over. In a sort of relief to Adani, whose group of companies were battered in the share market in the past 1 week, the shares traded in green for the last 2 trading sessions. But this joy did not last long, as today, once again, the shares are in the red. Let's take a look at why is it so in today's video and what more trouble awaits the businessmen. Let's talk about that in today's video. But before that, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video and you comment below it. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, then please like our page and share this video to as many people as possible. The drop in Adani share prices after the Hindenburg report is one of the biggest share market crash in recent times that pulled down Adani, once the world's third richest person, to the rank of 21 in matter of just 10 days. More than $100 billion of market wealth wiped out. However, there were signs of recovery in the last 2 trading sessions. Yesterday, shares of Adani Group firms traded higher for the second session, with stocks of 7 of the 10 group companies logging in gain. The development took place after a group decided to prepay $1.11 billion of loans on shares ahead of maturity in 2024. Investor sentiment too got a boost from positive statements by some of the lenders to quell the turbulence in Adani Group firms, and earnings reported by the group also helped drive investor confidence. Flagship Adani Enterprises ended up nearly 20% higher on BSE. Other gainers included Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited, which jumped 8.34%, Adani Transmission Limited 5%, Adani Power advanced 5%, Adani Wilmar gained 5% and Ambuja Cement was up 0.2%. Meanwhile, Adani Green lost 1.4%, while Adani Total Gas Limited fell 5%. ACC also declined 1.1%. Now, some shares also hit an upper circuit, but this upward rally was reversed today. Shares of most of the Adani Group firms were trading in the negative territory in the morning trade on Thursday, with flagship company Adani Enterprises witnessing a slump of 20%. As many as 9 Adani Group firms were trading in the negative territory, while one company was trading in the green. The stock of Adani Enterprises plummeted 20%. The market capitalization of the flagship company declined to 2.38 lakh crore rupees in initial trade. Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone plunged 5.59%. Shares of Adani Power slumped 5% and hit a lower circuit. So the market mayhem continues for Adani Group companies. But why did it come to this stage? What was the reason behind the reversal of market rally in just a day? Here are some of the reasons. Number 1, the Financial Times report on margin call. Much of the market recovery over the last 2 days happened on the basis of positive sentiments after the decision of Adani Group to prepay loans of $1.1 billion. However, reports late last night suggested that before the prepayment of loan, the company faced a margin call. The company prepaid the loan only after facing margin calls of more than $500 million. According to an FT report, sources in the know of the development said the prepayment was designed to avoid further damage to investor confidence in the group. The lenders of the $1.1 billion loan, which included Barclays, Citigroup and Deutsche Bank, requested last week that the billionaire top up the amount of stock pledged against the loan after a sharp fall in the shares of the listed Adani companies. As the shares continued to slide, Barclays informed Adani of a margin call equivalent to 50% of the loan in cash. Now, Adani has not also disclosed the source of the fund used to repay the loan. Number 2, MSCI. The shares of Adani Group companies fell after the index provider MSCI said that it will review free float status of the listed group companies. Any listed company has to ensure that at least 25% of its shareholding is with the public at large. Shares held by non-promoters, be it retail investors or mutual funds, foreign portfolio investors and insurance companies, are called public float or public shareholding. Therefore, shares held by entities or individuals that incorporate the company and or exercise control over the company are categorized as promoter shareholding. Now on Thursday, index provider MSCI said that it was reviewing the free float status of Adani Group securities after market participants raised concerns about the eligibility of companies in the Indian conglomerate for some of its indexes. In its statement, MSCI said, and I quote, "It has determined that the characteristics of certain investors have sufficient uncertainty that they should no longer be designated as free float pursuant to our methodology. This determination has triggered a free float review of the Adani Group securities." This is what the index provider said in late January when it was seeking feedback from market participants as the sell-off crisis engulfed Adani Group companies. Number 3. Total Energies put partnership on hold. France's Total Energies has not yet signed a contract announced last year to extend its partnership with the Adani Group for the production of green hydrogen. CEO of the French oil major, in fact, told reporters that the company was waiting for the result of an audit launched by conglomerate in response to allegations of financial irregularities by Hindenburg Research. He said, and I quote, "It was announced, but nothing was signed. It doesn't exist," he said, referring to the new hydrogen venture. He also said, and I quote, "Adani has other things to deal with now. It's just good sense to pause things a while the audit goes forward." He also said that Total Energies was not in charge of the financial health of Adani Group, with whom it has a number of joint ventures. Now, he said that the stakes held by Total Energies in Adani Total Gas and Adani Green Energy were still worth more than when the French company purchased them. We also spoke to Ali Azhar on this matter. Let's hear his views.
Today was another down day for the Adani stocks after a couple of good days, I might add. Today's selling was on account of a possible exclusion from the MSCI index because it's felt that the Adani Group stocks don't have enough free float capital, which is shares that can be traded freely on the stock market. Basically, shares that are not held by the promoter. Adani Green and Adani Wilmar declared a good set of results, while profits of Adani Power fell 96% this quarter. Overall, you'll get to see wild fluctuations in the Adani Group stocks, and depending upon the latest news that is declared, share prices will move up or down. The group has even tried to allay investor concerns by prepaying some of their debt in an order to show financial strength. My prediction is their share price will stabilize in about 2 months from now, after which I advise investors to sell their shares as their long-term trajectory doesn't look good. Their bubble has been burst, and with elections approaching next year, the sentiment will further be nervous in case the BJP-led NDA government loses power. We've seen the fall of many big infrastructure companies that were over-ambitious in the past, such as Lanco. While I hope the Adani Group doesn't face the same fate, one can't completely rule that out either.
Well, that's all for this video. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.